When we're graphing lines, there are several different methods that were discussed in your class. In this video, all we're going to show, though, is the slope-intercept method. Okay, and so that means we're going to want to get whatever equation they give us into this y is equal to mx plus b form. Some of you may know this method as the rise over run method. It's exactly the same thing. All right, in this first equation that we're going to graph, we have y is equal to negative 1/3 x plus 2. We're ready to identify the pieces that we need, aren't we? It's already solved for y, so our slope we know is negative 1/3. And I always like to write my slopes as fractions, and if it's a negative fraction, make sure that the negative is on the top. That way you have no question as to which piece of your slope is negative. And our y-intercept is positive 2. Okay, we're ready to graph. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to use 4 units in every direction. That should take care of everything. All right, we're going to start where the y-intercept is 2. And from that point, it says, according to my slope, we're going to go down 2 units and over 3. Remember, the top number describes to you how you're going to move up or down depending on the sign. The bottom number does exactly the same thing. It tells me how to move left or right depending on the sign. According to our slope, which is kind of like a little road map from point to point, we should go down 1 and over 3. The neat thing about the slope is you can do it as many times as you need to. If you wanted to, you could go down again 1 and over 3 and have a couple of points to go through. And there you have it. Here is a second example. If we have 5x is equal to 2y, first thing you want to do again is start by isolating your y. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So now I have 5/2 x is equal to y. Excuse me. Our slope we can identify as 5/2, and our y-intercept, because it's non-existent, is actually 0. We're ready to graph again. Now it looks like, since our slope is positive 5/2, remember the top number tells me how to move up or down depending on the sign. It means we're going to go up 5 and to the right 2. Starting at a y-intercept of 0, we're going to go up 5 and over 2. There we have it. Another nice thing I'd like to show you in this particular section before we look at our 2 special lines that we graph are the fact that when you have a positive slope and you look at the equation that you've graphed, when you're reading the line from left to right, it is going upward if it's a positive slope. Look at our first example. When the slope was negative, as you're reading the line from left to right, it's going downward. That's not an accident, and that is something you can use as a check. All right, the last 2 equations that I want to graph with you are x is equal to negative 3 and y is equal to 2. Now, actually put them up at the same time because one is the vertical line and one is the horizontal line. I showed you a couple of little tricks in class on how to determine which one is which and help you in graphing them. Let's see how well we remember. Go to where x is equal to negative 3. Make your point. And remember, x's are always the one, and you could have memorized x's stand up and y's lie down, or go to where x is equal to negative 3 and extend the ticks out. That's this equation. What if we were graphing the y is equal to 2? Well, go to where y is equal to 2 and extend those ticks out. That also works. Or remember that x's stand up and y's lie down.